The President's Day sales event is underway at Acre Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Right now, the crew at Acres have great deals and incentives on a nice lineup of new 2024 Chrysler Pacificas, new 2024 Ram trucks, and new 2024 Jeeps in stock and ready to roll, and there's more new models arriving daily. See Josh Camplain, Tony DiLoretto, Kevin Milburn, Dan Rubel, or Steve Garwood at Acre Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, 1407 North Lincoln in Greensburg.
We all make preparations for our family's well-being in case of an accident or job loss, but it's just as important to plan ahead for the inevitable, to record and communicate our end-of-life wishes to help ease the stress and emotional burden on our families. Helping our neighbors plan ahead with no cost or obligation is what Gilliland Howe Funeral Home does best. Planning your own funeral arrangements in advance is one of the greatest gifts you can give your loved ones. It can help eliminate guesswork for your family, and with our complimentary assistance, it's actually very simple to do. Give us a call at Gilliland Howe Funeral Home, 812-663-8341.
This is Michelle Galk with Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep. With over 30 years of experience in the car business, we know the key to success is providing superior customer service before and after the sale. At Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep, service is not just a promise, it's a guarantee. We have a trained, low-pressure sales staff ready to serve you. We have a service department with Chrysler-certified technicians with years of experience and all the latest diagnostic equipment. Service before and after the sale. Why go anywhere else? Please visit us at Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep or online 24 hours a day at BatesvilleChryslerDodgeJeep.com.
Sports are being brought to you in part by Chris Tebby with Hamilton and Tebby Law Office in Greensburg. Hamilton and Tebby specialize in business, estate, and family law, criminal defense, guardianships, wills, trusts, and more. Hamilton and Tebby Law Office is located at 117 South Broadway in Greensburg. If the ball's in your court, call 812-663-4082 about their legal services today.
2 seconds to go. The shot's up on the rim, and it's.
Don't wait till the end of the game and the final buzzer to take your shot for a newer vehicle at Buy Right Auto. Great game-winning vehicles and deals with Buy Right Auto's experienced team. Win the game with a vehicle from Buy Right Auto, Greensburg's used car superstore, 920 North Michigan Avenue, or call 812-662-9922 today.
All right, welcome everybody to Edinburgh High School's Sectional 60, where you have Zach Luddle and Jim Wall here for sectional matchup between the visiting South Decatur Cougars to the host and home Edinburgh Lancers. Wild, awesome sectional atmosphere, Zach, with the first game prior to this at 6 p.m. where the Jacksonville Eagles defeated the Waldron Mohawks 55-44. Score does not do justice to what the game was. Great atmosphere. I do want to say last night that I believe it was Morristown, correct?
Yes.
Morristown beat Southwestern Shelbyville. So Southwestern Shelbyville will be playing against Oldenburg on Friday night, first game 6 p.m. And then the winner of this contest will play the Jacksonville Eagles.
Yeah.
So, again, man, great matchup. We're about 6 minutes away to the start of this contest, so they kind of go real quick. There's only 10-minute intervals, it says, but neither team is out even warming up yet. So I don't know if they'll give them extra time. What happens? Crowds switch it up. Do want to take this time to thank some of our sponsors who make this possible for us. I do apologize, pulling it up right now. Our first quarter sponsor going to be coming up is H&R Block. 3-point sponsors, Globe Asphalt. Big Sky Restaurant will be our free throw sponsor. Gilliland Howe Funeral Home, Acre Automotive Group, Buy Right Auto, Decatur County Recycling, Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Walters Tire, Hamilton Tebby Law Office, and JC Bank. Thank you for sponsoring us tonight. We do appreciate that. Zach, what do you think, man? We have defeated Edinburgh earlier in the season.
Yeah.
We are favored by 2. Which, I'll be honest, and nothing even with how the season has been with our ups and downs with South, but I mean, I was just kind of shocked with that due to the fact that we are playing at Edinburgh, playing the host team. Edinburgh has had, and I'm not for sure on this. We'd have to go back and look, but it's somewhere between 14, 15, or 16 home games this year where they played at home.
Yeah.
And you have that advantage. But, man, what's your thoughts, bud? I mean, it's going to be interesting, man.
I'm gonna say, like, I think my two keys tonight, the big ones for South to come away with this win tonight. One, to stay poised and composed and not let the crowd, or if an official misses a call, not to let that get to your head. And to play your game is the second key. Just play your game offensively and defensively. Don't let anything else dictate what happens with you and within your team.
Well, and two, I will say it's about the officiating, man. A great crew on the other. I mean, and I didn't realize, learned a lot even just sitting here watching. But great group, a great three group. Oh my goodness, three guys that we had the first game. And there's 6 officials that they allot, which those of you at home might know this. I didn't realize this, but 6 officials they allot for the whole tournament here for Sectional 60, and then they'll split them up, they rotate them. But the 3 guys that were in the first game that we watched and observed, man, they was good. They were letting them play. They were calling. They, and nothing. I mean, I don't know how these officials be, but hopefully it's the same thing, and I think it will be. I like the fact that they bring in officials, not from around here that's really officiated some of these teams. They might have, but not a lot of them. But it's still good, and it makes for a good game. A wild game, and it was a great contest. The first game we saw Jacksonville ahead by as much as 15, 16 points, and then Waldron got within 3, and then it kind of just turned around, and Jacksonville had two big 3-pointers on their next 2 possessions, and they went up by 9, and kind of the rest is history. And kind of went with that. But I think this sectional, man, is exciting because it's really anybody's sectional. Anybody can win it. I know Oldenburg is favored, but just like when we were at Oldenburg, there's no reason why we can't beat Oldenburg. There's no reason why we couldn't win the sectional here. It's anybody's sectional, and that's what I like about this, and then what makes it exciting. Man, it's an atmosphere. Zach, you played basketball. You know how it is. The sectional is the new season. Everybody starts 0-0.
Absolutely.
And you have to keep winning, and that's the key, and that's what I like about it, man. It's anybody's contest, anybody's chance that they can, do what they got to do. And I don't know. It's going to be exciting, bud.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you think about it, Indiana high school basketball, with us being a basketball state, this is essentially our precursor to March Madness for college basketball.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, like you said, it's like the start of a new season when you get to sectional play and going for that state championship. Everybody goes in 0-0. Everybody changes up their offensive schemes, defensive schemes to try to play the best they can play these first couple nights and try to just move on every night.
Right.
Survive and advance, as they say.
Right, you're exactly right. And I do want to remind everybody at home, per IHSA rules, there will be no video throughout this tournament. If you want to watch that, you do have to either purchase it, or if you go in the IHSA app, like I know Jacksonville has it, so they won. So something to check into Friday night if we move on, that you'll be able to maybe possibly watch it. I don't know how that works as far as sectional goes. You got to pay for it or what, but if you have the IHSA app or you go on there, you might be able to see it and actually, watch the game. So we're about again, nobody's warming up, so I wonder if it's just like 10 minutes in between, and then I'm not for sure how much time they'll give them.
10 minutes between.
To give them time to clear out, I guess, maybe?
Yes, I think. And then I think they get the 20 too.
Do they? Okay.
I believe so.
And again, just a reminder to those of you at home, the first contest tonight featured the Jacksonville Eagles and Waldron Mohawks. Jacksonville came out victorious 55-44. So they move on to the second round. And also already into the second round, Morristown defeated Southwestern Shelbyville last night. So they will move on and be the home team against Oldenburg Academy, who had to bye. And then Jacksonville moved on. That game will be 6 o'clock on Friday night, Oldenburg and Morristown.
Yep.
And then 7:30 game will be Jacksonville and then the winner of this contest. And then Saturday will be the championship game at 7 o'clock, all held here at Sectional 60 in Oldenburg. I didn't realize they did in 20 minutes, so we'll be here for a little bit, which is okay.
Yeah.
Starting over as you hear the crowd get loud as Edinburgh takes the court here tonight. Man, how cool would that be if with you're hosting this sectional and you get to actually call the game, you know what I mean, or not call the game, but you get to play at your home court.
Yeah.
How much of an advantage is that, Zach? I mean, you play ball like that. Man, you played on the year when last big run, which unfortunately I think would have been the biggest run that South Decatur would have had since they'd won, in the past. I do believe I was looking on here. Last sectional would have been 08 until you guys won it in 2020.
Yes.
So I mean that would have been the last big run. You played in the out, and that was huge.
Yeah.
That was at your rival school. In the championship, beating your rival team
3 times in 1 year.
3 times in 1 year, and the one that mattered the most was the sectional championship. And unfortunately, due to COVID and other reasons, that weren't able to complete that season. But man, how cool would that be? I mean, how big and important is this? Playing here like this.
If you're the home team playing, like if you're the host school and you're playing here in front of your home crowd, it's a big advantage. I mean, when we played North Decatur my senior year, 2020, when we won the sectional, that place was loud. And anytime something got called our way, that whole place it was almost like the roof was just going to cave in because it was so loud.
I've never, as South comes down and the black and maroon and is taking the floor here, I was at that game. And I wasn't broadcasting, but I was at that game. And I'm going to tell you, when Josh and my dad, we did it years ago, and back then we didn't have all the radio stations like we did. We had Greensburg, and Gary Bailey and John Dooley did Greensburg. And then my brother, Josh and my dad and I, we did all South and North games. Man, that was back, we were doing all of them.
Yeah. So
it'd been a minute, and I've been a part of, we were talking earlier when North Decatur was sectionals at South Ripley. North Decatur defeated South Ripley in the championship and went on to the regional. I mean, that was a big game, but I have to say, that was probably one of the greatest atmospheres that I've been a part of. And you said it, man. It did. Listen, if the call was for North, it was loud. If the call was for South, it was loud. If the basket was made by whichever team, it was loud. I've never been a part or seen anything like that, and it was a really cool experience.
Yeah.
I encourage fans at home, listen, when it gets this time of year, I don't care what a team record is. I mean, we saw it in the girls. I mean, I think it was, I can't think of the team, but that Southern team was 3A in girls basketball. They were predicted to get beat by 30 in the first game. They won state.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy because you don't know. Everything literally starts over.
Right.
And it does not matter what your record is. It doesn't matter what you've done on through the season. This is a new season. And that's what's exciting about it, Zach, and that's what makes it exciting. Hopefully, think about some of these younger guys for South. Aiden Bryant, man, he's on the roster, and how cool is that to get to come out here and play?
Yeah.
I was just going to say, but then you turn around on the downfall to that, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seniors. This could possibly be your last game. So that's tough, man.
And that goes back to, it's nice being, a freshman, being on the varsity roster, but at the same time, if you get put in the game, it's one of those things where it's like you got the jitters. You're like, oh, man, this is the biggest game of my life. Like, I have to play good, and I have to live up to the expectation that the coach wants me to live up to. And then if you don't, you feel like you let yourself down. You let your team down, the coaches down. So it's got its goods and its bads, but for the most part, it really affects the upperclassmen a lot more than it does the freshmen because they know they'll have more opportunities to do it.
Yeah. Tell you what, Zach, let's go ahead and take some commercial breaks. We're about 15 minutes, it says on the clock, till this contest starts. And we'll get underway with this one, Sectional 60, the second game of the night, but the final game of the first round, where your South Decatur Cougars will take on the host, Edinburgh Lancers. We'll take some commercial breaks. We'll be right back right after this.
Fill those recycling containers. In Decatur County, acceptable items you can recycle include aluminum and steel cans, glass bottles and jars, plastic tubs, jugs, and bottles, paper products like cardboard, newspapers, magazines, office paper, and all that unwanted junk mail. Items that are not accepted include plastic bags and styrofoam. Decatur County has permanent recycling sites in Greensburg, St. Paul, Lake Santee, and Westport, with mobile recycling the first and second Saturdays of the month. Remember to reduce, reuse, and recycle.
If it's tire time, Walters Tire, your Goodyear dealer in Greensburg, has a great deal. Right now, you can get $200 in rebate savings on the purchase of 4 select Goodyear tires when you use your Goodyear credit card. And Walters Tire is part of the Goodyear Service Network and your Michelin Farm Tire dealer as well. Walters Tire at 220 West Main in Greensburg. Phone 812-663-7551.
JC Bank is now open in Greensburg at 1035 North Lincoln Street, bringing over a century of community banking to you. JC Bank supports local high school sports teams, helping young athletes thrive for stronger communities. They offer top-notch banking, investments, and trust services. Whether you need a mortgage or business banking, JC Bank is here for you. Learn more at jcbank.com. JC Bank, the bank for your street, not Wall Street. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The President's Day sales event is underway at Acre Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Right now, the crew at Acres have great deals and incentives on a nice lineup of new 2024 Chrysler Pacificas, new 2024 Ram trucks, and new 2024 Jeeps in stock and ready to roll, and there's more new models arriving daily. See Josh Camplain, Tony DiLoretto, Kevin Milburn, Dan Rubel, or Steve Garwood at Acre Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, 1407 North Lincoln in Greensburg.
We all make preparations for our family's well-being in case of an accident or job loss, but it's just as important to plan ahead for the inevitable, to record and communicate our end-of-life wishes to help ease the stress and emotional burden on our families. Helping our neighbors plan ahead with no cost or obligation is what Gilliland Howe Funeral Home does best. Planning your own funeral arrangements in advance is one of the greatest gifts you can give your loved ones. It can help eliminate guesswork for your family, and with our complimentary assistance, it's actually very simple to do. Give us a call at Gilliland Howe Funeral Home, 812-663-8341.
This is Michelle Galk with Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep. With over 30 years of experience in the car business, we know the key to success is providing superior customer service before and after the sale. At Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep, service is not just a promise, it's a guarantee. We have a trained, low-pressure sales staff ready to serve you. We have a service department with Chrysler-certified technicians with years of experience and all the latest diagnostic equipment. Service before and after the sale. Why go anywhere else? Please visit us at Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep or online 24 hours a day at BatesvilleChryslerDodgeJeep.com.
Sports are being brought to you in part by Chris Tebby with Hamilton and Tebby Law Office in Greensburg. Hamilton and Tebby specialize in business, estate, and family law, criminal defense, guardianships, wills, trusts, and more. Hamilton and Tebby Law Office is located at 117 South Broadway in Greensburg. If the ball's in your court, call 812-663-4082 about their legal services today.
All right, welcome back here to Edinburgh High School, Sectional 60, where your South Decatur Cougars are getting set 10 minutes away to the start to play the host Edinburgh Lancers. Real quick, I want to thank some other sponsors that we have. Again, we would not be able to do any of this without all of our sponsors. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Decatur County RMC, Ford Abstract, Scripture Auto, Walpy Heating, Schuyler Brothers Paint and Decorating. Thank you so much for sponsoring this game tonight. You know, Zach, something I was thinking about a minute ago, too, when we were off the air, but I know I wasn't able to be there. And, hey, man, I want to commend you, too, dude. You did a great job, man, on that game by yourself Friday night. Kate and I was out of town, and you picked it up, did it yourself, man, pulled through. It's been fun, dude. Not that I'm saying it's our last game, but I'm saying It's been fun, and I appreciate all your hard work and what you've done hanging out, man, and doing it by yourself. You've done a great job. That takes a lot of work to run a camera, as well as run the board and also do all the talking. So, man, I just want to tell you that, too. Great job. But last game that we called, man, I want to tell you, like, we called that Oldenburg game, and one thing that I saw, we were down at one point by at least 10 points, I think. And what I liked is there was four possessions in a row. We talked about this even on the way here tonight, that it was and ones.
Yeah.
And we had 12 points on literally four possessions that we ran in, and we drove in.
Yep.
And we went in solid and strong. We made the layup or made the shot inside the paint.
Yeah.
And drew the foul. We made the free throw. That came back. I think that's something that's going to be important. Now, listen, I'm not saying if we're on shooting three-pointers or we're on doing things or three-pointers aren't good. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I am saying is just like earlier I made the comment in the last game, I like it when they drive in. To me, that's just supporting shooting them threes and doing that. So, you know, I think it's just going to be a big issue tonight. I think we got to stay in the game. We got to stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah.
Foul trouble can hurt us a lot. We've seen how that goes in the game, so we got to. And even let's talk about this new rule that we've seen this year with the IHSA, where 5 fouls in a per quarter, and with 5 fouls per quarter, and then you turn around and you're shooting 2 shots. And again, we've seen it several times come down to free throws, come down to who's going to hit their shots, who's not. And again, that's a big deal, because you said it right before we come on the air, was that's what we're going to see a lot of, is what's going to happen with, you know, who's going to hit the shots on down the stretch. It's going to come down to the free throws. It's going to come down to who can hit those shots.
Right. Yeah, and the good thing too is I think a lot of our boys, since we play here in a holiday tournament, you know, we're guaranteed 3 games here, and then it's like you play the placing games. A lot of our boys play well here, and they seem to hit more shots here, so that can go in your favor too. Plus, along with playing one conference game every other year here, also benefits too. So, I mean, you know, I believe if the boys play really good defense like they did against Oldenburg, and they hit their shots and they can slow down Edinburgh, I mean, they got the chance.
Well, and the thing is, too, and I said I wasn't going to say it, and I'm not, but the Oldenburg game, you know, the transition was, unfortunately, when Coach Buckner, and again, it wasn't, honestly, I don't feel, and I'm not saying it being a South Decatur fan, but I don't feel that the technical that he got was justified, because all he was doing was just asking a referee a question. He wasn't yelling, wasn't anything else. But from that moment on, and I guarantee you, Coach, if you ask Coach about that, he would literally say, man, if I could have it back, I would, because that seemed to be the momentum changer.
Yep.
But again, listen, if I was coaching right then and there, Zach, I know, I've watched you coach, you would have done the same thing. And again, he not out of line at all.
Right.
But you'd have done the same thing just to ask why, you know, where was the foul at? What happened with that? Why, you know, again, it wasn't insulting anything, and the ref just, you know, called the technical, and that kind of changed everything and changed the momentum of the game. And it's crazy, Zach, how just something simple like that can change. And if I do recall, the kid went to the free throw line for Oldenburg and missed both the technical foul shots, so it wasn't that he, you know what I mean, that was crucial and he hit them shots and it changed everything. It's just it changed the atmosphere, the momentum of what the game was.
Yeah.
The intensity level kind of went out. Not anything against Coach or South Decatur, it just changes everything, Zach, you know?
Yeah, and you said it. I mean, Uncle Mo switched hands at that point in time when that technical happened, and then it was like South boys just kind of hit a wall and couldn't get over it. You know what I mean? So, I think things will be a lot different here tonight. I mean, obviously we've stated it before. I mean, these officials haven't probably really officiated any of our games this year. So, and they're going to let the boys play, as we saw the first game here. It was physical, but they let them play, and they called the fouls that were the blatant obvious fouls.
Yes.
And not just the little tic-tac touch fouls.
Which I hope it carries over. And again, you got different officials. Game, which I get. That's good too. Obviously you don't. These guys, I feel bad for these fellas. I certainly couldn't go and run down through here 2 and 3 times. 2 or 3 games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get it. We're just under 4 minutes to go in this contest. Get started. It did go over a little later on the other one. I didn't realize, I guess, in between that they did the 10 minutes before they did the 20, but that's okay. Again, if you're just joining us, just tuning in here on WTRE 104.3 and also WTRE.com, we welcome you to Edinburgh High School here, where the game before, which would have been considered, I believe, is how they look at it, it's considered first game of tonight, second game of the actual sectional, where Jacksonville defeated Waldron by 11 points. Again, the score does not do justice or give justice, not taken away from Jacksonville, but to the fight that Waldron put up to the Eagles. So Morristown defeated Southwestern Shelbyville last night. They will play Oldenburg Friday night at 6 p.m. The first game of the contest. The winner of this game between South Decatur and Edinburgh will play Jacksonville in the second game at 7:30. I do want to mention that I'm sure those of you know, but Greensburg did defeat Rushville last night, as well as North Decatur defeated Milan and fought tough. I mean, North Decatur was down by 10 at halftime, man. They fought back, and they didn't give up, and that's what you got to do. Again, man, this is Indiana high school basketball at its best, and this is what makes living in this state part of the reason, man, just as great as anything else. It's why the movie Hoosiers is so popular. The history, behind the game of basketball and what it means to this state it's greater than a lot that we see anywhere else.
Yeah, and that's why the big saying for our state is, in 49 other states, it's just basketball. And I mean, you look at it too. 13 of the 15 biggest gyms in the United States are in Indiana.
Yep.
There's one in Texas, and I think there's another one down south. Yep. Other than that, the rest of them are in Indiana.
Yeah.
And people flock to all these places to come watch basketball because, I mean, let's face it, we're a rich basketball state.
Absolutely.
And everybody can say, well, you got the Montverde Academies, the IMGs, and all that stuff, but it doesn't matter. Nothing tops Indiana high school basketball.
Man, it's crazy because even getting into it, I mean, those of you who know me know who, when I say this, the fan that I am of. And Zach, luckily we are in this one together, but there is no atmosphere. Man, I've had the privilege, and man, I hope, Zach, you get to experience one time, but I've had the privilege of going to the Indiana IU and Purdue game at Bloomington Assembly Hall. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, man, there's no atmosphere like it. And again, I think that goes back to you stating the fact that you stated with it being Indiana basketball. I mean, all the way with everything. I mean, that's the way it is, and that's what makes it so awesome. Awesome about it is that you have that opportunity to be a part of that.
Right.
So I'll tell you what, we got 1:24 to go, Zach. We're going to take a real quick, maybe couple commercial breaks here, folks. Those of you at home, we're going to come back, get rocking, get this game going tonight to where this contest. Sorry, I was unplugging the cord for a guy behind me. We'll take a real quick break. We'll be right back right after this.
Fill those recycling containers. In Decatur County, acceptable items you can recycle include aluminum and steel cans, glass bottles and jars, plastic tubs, jugs, and bottles, paper products like cardboard, newspapers, magazines, office paper, and all that unwanted junk mail. Items that are not accepted include plastic bags and styrofoam. Decatur County has permanent recycling sites in Greensburg, St. Paul, Lake Santee, and Westport, with mobile recycling the first and second Saturdays of the month. Remember to reduce, reuse, and recycle.
All right, welcome back here at Edinburgh. We're getting ready to do the starting lineups. They're letting the clock wind down. We're at 15 seconds. Zach getting excited, man. I'm excited. You excited?
I am. You know, again, it's another one of those things. It's crazy because I've played in multiple sectionals. I've coached in a sectional, and now I'm broadcasting a sectional. So again, it's another one of those full circle things that I still get the jitters.
And like we talk about, man, when we were walking in, I was telling you, like, I love it because it's exciting. I'm gonna let you do the starting lineup because they're gonna get ready to do it. But man, it's exciting. It's a different experience than what you felt before, but it's fun, man. Here we go. I'll let you do it.
All right. So, starting here for South Decatur tonight, number 1, Taylor Abshear. Number 3, Jacob Scruggs. Number 11, Drake Skaggs. Number 30, Colby Rathburn. Number 31, Jamison Keller. And folks, looks like Coach Buckner is going with a quick lineup tonight.
Yep.
And these guys seem to be the very defensive-oriented ones on the team as well. So
yeah, and we saw that earlier, man. We've seen these guys play this lineup, and this lineup is exciting. I mean, it really is exciting.
And you're really putting 5 ball handlers on the floor.
But I'm going to tell you, Rathburn and his aggressiveness is awesome, but man, he's got to stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah.
So go ahead and I'll let you try to pick up who Edinburgh is starting.
Looks like the first one I see is number 21, Austin Brockman. Number 4, Bailey Toten. Can't see because a couple of the kids are standing up in the way. Looked like I saw a 22, Connor Ramey. 34, Ryland Laundry. I believe that's it. And that they don't really have size other than a junior that they don't play, Lucas Seegers. Well, they do play, but he doesn't play that much. But other than that, they don't have size, and usually they're known for size.
Right. Laundry and Ramey are the ones that I remember.
Yeah.
From who we had earlier on.
Number 12, Elijah Smith. So it looked like both teams kind of going small and quick here to start the night off. Official walking over here, getting ready. Man, I feel like a little kid in a candy store. You know, it's tournament time.
It's exciting, man. It's exciting, buddy.
It is.
All right, thank you all for joining us. Those at home, welcome. Glad that you're bringing us into your car, into your home, wherever you're at listening. Again, you got Zach Little, Jim Wall, and we're going to start the contest right here between South Decatur and Edinburgh. Take it away, Zach.
All right, jump ball going up. Controlled by Taylor Abshear, and he gives it to Jacob Scruggs, and the Cougars start the game here with the ball. Jacob Scruggs setting up here, gets it over to Taylor Abshear. High up top by the half-court line. Drake Skaggs over on the wing. Gets a screen from Taylor. Tries to get it to Jamison Keller, but it's shut off. Gets it over to Jacob Scruggs by the half-court line. Jacob gets a screen. He's triple teamed and almost turns it over. Jamison Keller is there to save it. Jacob looking for somewhere to go. Drives, baseline, comes back. Tries to get a screen from Taylor. He's double teamed again. Gets it to Taylor in the corner. Taylor's going to drive in, put it up. He's fouled. So now we're going to go to the line here for our first Big Sky free throws of the game.
Again, it's what we talked about need to happen, Zach. But man, their defense, they're on them. Yeah. I mean, they're playing tough. But we're going to see how long they can do that, how well their energy for Edinburgh stays up defense. But good defense, solid defense. Way to go by Abshear taking in as he gets ready to shoot his first Big Sky free throw.
And another thing, you want to see how long Edinburgh is going to triple team Jacob off of a screen, because that's going to leave 2 guys open.
And those guys need to make sure knock down shot is Abshear's first one is up and no good.
And get in Jacob's line of sight as well.
Yep.
So Taylor puts up his second. and it's good. 1-0 is the score. 7:15 to go, first quarter. South Decatur with the lead. And Ramey going to bring the ball to the floor here for the Lancers. He's being guarded by Rathburn. Gets it over to Brockman. He gives it back over to Ramey. Ramey's drives. He's shut off by Colby Rathburn. And that's going to be Toten for 3, no good. Rebound, and Drake Skaggs going to push it up the floor. Drake's going to put it up off the glass, no good. Rebound, fought for and fought around, and finally grabbed by the Lancers. That's Toten again. Brockman over here on the wing being guarded by Jacob Scruggs. He gets it over to Toten. Over here to Laundry up top. Gets it to Ramey on the left wing. Back over to Brockman. Gets it over to Toten. Toten drives in. Puts a little floater up over Talon and Drake. No good. Rebound Drake. And Drake pushes it up here to Colby Rathburn. Rathburn gets a screen from Talon Abshire. And looks like the Lancers are face guarding Jacob Scruggs here, so that'll be an interesting development here. Colby Rathburn gets it to Jamison Keller. Jamison looking around, gets it over to Drake on the left wing. Drake's going to drive in, cut off. Jamison Keller attacks the basket, puts it up, no good. Rebound Ramey, 1-0 still our score, 6 minutes to go, first quarter. Ramey puts it up, no good. Rebound by the Lancers, and we got a foul on the rebound. And they're going to get, I believe it's
Keller.
Jamison Keller on that.
Man, wow. What a high intensity game already, bud. I mean, 1-0, and dude, Jacob hasn't had an opportunity to do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, they are literally, folks at home, they're as close as you can get without fouling is what they're doing to him. And I mean, when Zach says face guarding, I mean, the kid is 6 inches in his face just with it staring him down, and not even where the ball is.
And Smith makes both of his free throws there. So Edinburgh takes the lead 2-1. 5:50 to go here, first quarter. And Jacob Scruggs finally gets a touch on the ball after originally had it after the jump ball. That was his first time touching it. He gives it right away to Colby Rathburn. He gets it back to Jacob. Jacob dishes it down to the post to Jamison Keller. No good. Rebound tipped around. Grabbed by Drake Skaggs. Drake brings it back out, sets it up. Hands it off here. No. Little fake there to Colby. Now he hands it off to Colby at the half-court line. Colby setting up here. And Jacob Scruggs going to try to come off of a double screen, but he gets it over to Drake. Drake going to take a three-pointer. Bang! In there. That's a Globe Asphalt three-pointer. 4-2. 5:10 to go. First quarter. South Decatur up on the scoreboard.
I think if we can do that a little more, you'll start to see him let up on Jacob a little bit, especially if Drake starts hitting.
Yes. Ramey on the wing, being guarded by Colby Rathburn. Gets it up top to Toten, being guarded by Skaggs. Skaggs going to put a little pressure on Toten. Toten going to drive in. Kicks it over to Ramey on the wing. Ramey's going to dribble up to the top of the key. Swing pass over to the corner to Brockman. Brockman a little spin move on Scruggs. Back out over to Smith, over to Toten. Back over to Ramey. Ramey a deep three-pointer. Good. 5-4. Edinburgh back on top with 4:28 to go, first quarter. Jacob Scruggs brings it up the floor. He's doubled off of the screen. Gets it over Jamison Keller. Colby Rathburn in the corner. His three-pointer no good. Rebound Edinburgh, and Edinburgh pushing the ball up the floor. Ramey looking to push it up here. Gets it over to Brockman on the wing. Brockman goes baseline. He's going to stop and pop for two. No good. Rebound Toten. Laundry for three. No good. Rebound Keller. And he gets it over to Jacob Scruggs. Jacob Scruggs going to push it up the floor here. And Jacob had it tipped away by Brockman, and now the Lancers are going to slow it down.
South's gonna have to work some because they're on Jacob big time, man. Anytime getting the ball to him, they're on him. They're gonna have to work. The matchup, though, for those of you at home, that Keller versus Laundry or whatever, man, it's starting to get pretty physical, pretty rough. We'll see what happens with that.
Brockman gets it over to Ramey on the wing. Ramey gets a screen. He gets it over to Brockman. Brockman three-pointer good. 8-4, your score. 3:23 to go. Edinburgh up on the scoreboard. Jacob Scruggs gets it over to Talon Abshire. Talon traveled, and this place is erupting right now. Checking into the game for the Cougars, Alex Myers, Jalen McMurray. 8-4. Still the score here. 3:18 to go, first quarter. And some subs already here for Coach Buckner and the Cougars.
Man, I believe this place is more packed now than it was the first game, buddy.
Absolutely. Brockman over on the wing. Gets it over to Ramey. Ramey thought about the three-pointer, but gets it back to Brockman. Over to Smith. Back out to Ramey at the volleyball line. Ramey gets it to Laundry. Over to Brockman. Right wing. His three-pointer no good. Chased down by Toten, and he gets it to Ramey. Ramey puts up a three-pointer no good. Tipped around, and we got a foul on Jamison Keller on the loose ball. And a little extracurriculars there. Laundry shoulder checks.
I told you.
Jamison.
I told you it's getting crazy.
8-4 still. 2:50 to go, first quarter. And
I told you, man, it's getting pretty physical out there.
It is very physical.
Hopefully they don't let it get out of control. Either way.
Ramey going to set up the offense for the Lancers. Gets it over to Laundry, top of the key. Back to Ramey. Ramey calling out the play here for the Lancers. Over to Laundry in the right corner. Up to Toten on the wing. Over to Brockman. Ramey's going to drive in. Stop and pop for two. No good. Rebound Alex Myers. And he gets it to Colby Rathburn. And Colby's going to bring it up the floor. And he drives, or he's standing over here. Right wing, gets a screen from Jamison Keller. Up to Alex Myers, top of the key, over to Jacob on the wing. Jacob drives baseline, has it tipped away by Brockman, but it's out of bounds, and it stays with the Cougars. Taylor Abshire checks into the game for Jamison Keller. Still 8-4, 2:02 to go. And this game is physical and fast-paced here. Jalen McMurray inbounds, gets it to Alex Myers, over to Taylor Abshire, top of the key. Right wing for Jacob Scruggs, his three-pointer good. That's a Globe Asphalt three-pointer for the Cougars. 8-7. 1:50 to go, first quarter. And the Cougars trying to take the lead back. Toten hits Ramey on a backdoor cut. Ramey puts it up, and he's fouled. So Ramey going to go to the line for two. And that foul's going to be on Colby Rathburn. So Cougars now.
Three fouls.
Yeah, three fouls.
Team fouls.
Ramey's first one up and good. That makes the score 9-7. And Lucas Seegers checks in here for the Lancers. He replaces Elijah Smith. And this place is rocking early. Ramey, his second one, no good. Rebound, tipped out of bounds. And they're going to say it's off Alex Myers. So I'm not sure. I thought it was out on Edinburgh, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Ramey inbounds here for the Lancers on the baseline. Gets it into Seegers. He gets it back to Ramey. Up to Brockman. Back over to Ramey on the wing. Ramey's going to take a three-pointer. And that's in there. 12-7. 1:26 to go, first quarter. Edinburgh up on the scoreboard. Jacob Scruggs. He takes a deep three-pointer. His three-pointer no
don't
good.
need to take
Short.
them shots, man.
And Ramey going to push it up the floor here for Edinburgh, and we got a foul. So that's number 2 on Colby.
Told you, this is where you don't want.
Absolutely.
This is what you don't want. You're getting fouled. You got, listen, something here, and we see it, is you can't play into their fast pace of what they're wanting to do.
Right.
And we did. That's what I was saying from the beginning. You didn't want Colby to get into foul trouble. But we're going to call a timeout. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout. Real quick, Zach, I want to thank our sponsors. We'll keep it right here, buddy. 12-7, 1:14 to go in the first quarter. First quarter sponsor, H&R Block, Gillen and Howe Funeral Home, Acre Automotive Group, Buy Right Auto, Decatur County Recycling, Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Walters Tire, Hamilton Tebby Law Office, JC Bank, Decatur County RMC, Ford Abstract, Scripture Auto, Walpy Heating, Schuyler Brothers Paint, and Decorating. Tell you what, man, it's really interesting. And again, we've kind of said it, and we're not out of it. We're all right. A minute to go. Fouls start over. 14 fouls, 4 South, 1 for Edinburgh. They're letting them play, but the big thing is they're doubling and triple teaming Jacob at times, and he's still shooting the ball. So we got to make sure he's got to get it open and get to where it needs to go. So
yeah,
take it away, bub.
Brockman gets the ball. Him and Ramey pass back and forth at the half-court line. South Decatur going to a 2-3 zone. Looking to slow down the Lancers here. Ramey at the volleyball line thought about a three. Gets at the laundry in the corner. He swings over to the wing to Brockman. And Brockman picks up his dribble, passes it to Ramey, almost a back court. Gets it over to Toten. Toten over in the corner to Laundry, back out to Toten. Toten gets it over to Ramey on the wing. Ramey a deep three-pointer, and that's in there. 15-7, 35 seconds to go here, first quarter. Edinburgh up on the scoreboard. Judge Skaggs brings the ball up the floor here. He gets a screen by Alex Myers. He gets it over to Taylor Abshire, over to Jalen McMurray. A screen there, up to Alex Myers, top of the key. Alex looking around, looking to go. He gets it to Jacob, and Jacob drives, and he gets a bump foul on Lucas Seegers.
That's what Jacob's going to have to do is when he gets the ball, drive in like that and try to get that foul called. Let them get into foul trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're literally on him. Folks at home, I know if you're not here, you're not able to see, but when I say that, I mean it. They're every bit of 6 inches away from him. Super close.
Jacob gets it into the backcourt to Drake. 15-7. Edinburgh up on the scoreboard, 10 seconds to go. And the Cougars looking to set up the offense. Got to go quick, down to 4 seconds. 3, 2, and Jacobs fouled with 1.1 on the clock. And it's going to be a side out. So the Cougars got 1.1 second to put up a shot, down on the scoreboard, 15-7. Probably going to be a quick inbound three-pointer or a quick attack of the basket. And they're all trying to play the basket. And Alex Myers didn't shoot the ball there. So 15-7, end of the one. Going to take a few commercial breaks, and we'll be back.
The President's Day sales event is underway at Acre Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Right now, the crew at Acres have great deals and incentives on a nice lineup of new 2024 Chrysler Pacificas, new 2024 Ram trucks, and new 2024 Jeeps in stock and ready to roll, and there's more new models arriving daily. See Josh Camplain, Tony DiLoretto, Kevin Milburn, Dan Rubel, or Steve Garwood at Acre Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, 1407 North Lincoln in Greensburg.
We all make preparations for our family's well-being in case of an accident or job loss, but it's just as important to plan ahead for the inevitable, to record and communicate our end-of-life wishes to help ease the stress and emotional burden on our families. Helping our neighbors plan ahead with no cost or obligation is what Gilliland Howe Funeral Home does best. Planning your own funeral arrangements in advance is one of the greatest gifts you can give your loved ones. It can help eliminate guesswork for your family, and with our complimentary assistance, it's actually very simple to do. Give us a call at Gilliland Howe Funeral Home, 812-663-8341.
All right, welcome back to Edinburgh High School's start of the second quarter, where Edinburgh, the host in Sectional 60, is leading 15-7 over your South Decatur Cougars. Real quick, our second quarter sponsor, Decatur County Memorial Hospital. Zach, I'm going to let you take it away.
15-7 as we get ready to start this second quarter. Edinburgh up on the scoreboard, and they control the ball to start the second quarter. Toten over to Brockman on the wing, down to Ramey in the corner. Ramey going to take a three-pointer, no good, left it short, and it's out of bounds off of Jalen McMurray after he caught it. And Jalen thought he might have got pushed there on that. 15-7 still, 7:44. Ramey gets it in on the out top. Brockman on the wing setting up the offense here. Up to Toten. South still in a 2-3 zone. Ramey over to Toten, top of the key. Over to Brockman. Back to Toten. He gets a screen at the top of the zone. Ramey to the corner for Brockman. Brockman's three-pointer, no good. And looks like the ball went over the wire on the side of the rim, or the backboard there, so that's out of bounds here. 15-7 still. And the Cougars bring the ball up the floor here. Drake Skaggs gets a screen from Talon, and Edinburgh hedging it very well. Alex Myers, top of the key, over to Jacob. Jacob trying to get a screen from Alex, and Jacob does take the screen, tried to get a bump foul on Lucas Seegers. Talon gets it down high post to Drake. Still 15-7. South still trying to get a shot here. 6:50 to go. Second quarter. Drake Skaggs drives in, and no foul call as Drake is on the floor, and Edinburgh is trying to drive in, and looks like a frustration foul there by Talon Abshire.
Yeah, it is. And that's one you don't, listen, man, you don't need it. You don't need to pick up fouls. We don't need to get in foul trouble. We're just starting the second quarter. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
I mean, I know it's only his first, but you can't.
Yeah.
I mean, now you're already one foul in with just a minute 16 as Ramey's first one's up, takes it 16-7. But a minute 16 into the second quarter, now you already got team fouls. So,
yeah, and especially when you're behind too, and you haven't been able to get shots. So Ramey's second good. That makes it a 10-point game, 17-7. Edinburgh up here with 6:40 to go before the half. Jacob Scruggs has the ball. He drives baseline, gets it to Drake Skaggs. Drake Skaggs puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebound Lucas Seegers. So Cougars come up short again on the offensive end. Smith over to Brockman. Brockman's going to stop and pop. Gets it to Smith, back out to Ramey. Ramey gets it to Lucas Seegers. That makes the score now 19-7. Edinburgh up on top. Jacob Scruggs looking for somewhere to go. Almost has it stolen away, but Talon Abshire is there. And we got a timeout here. And it's a full timeout by Coach Buckner. 6:08 to go here in the second quarter. Edinburgh up on top, 19-7. And you got...
Yeah, I'm going to read this sponsor real quick. Colson Appraisal Service would like to wish all the teams their best throughout the tournament. Colson Appraisal Service has been serving clients all over southeastern Indiana for the last 40-plus years. They can be reached at 812-614-1779. Grab a pen if you're able to, not if you're driving, but if you're able to. That is 812-614-1779. Call or text Colson Appraisal Service. And one more time, that phone number is 812-614-1779. Thank you for sponsoring. Some of our other sponsors: Decatur County RMC, Ford Abstract, Scripture Auto, Walpe Heating, Strider Brothers Paint and Decorating, as well as Gillen and Howe Funeral Home, Acre Automotive Group, Buy Right Auto, Decatur County Recycling, Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Walters Tire, Hamilton Tebby Law Office, JC Bank, and our second quarter sponsor, Decatur County Memorial Hospital. Thank you all for sponsoring us. Man, that was a mouthful, Zach. We have 6 minutes to go in the second quarter, 19-7. We've got to keep our heads in the game, man, and just play the ball we know to play.
Yes. Joe McMurray inbounds here on the sideline, gets it in the backcourt to Jacob Scruggs. Jacob Scruggs looking to set up the offense here. And Jacob trying to, looks like South is confused here on where to go. Jamison Keller, top of the key, 19-7 still. Still the score, 5:49 to go. Jalen McMurray gets it to Jamison Keller. Jamison Keller's three-pointer no good. Rebound by Laundrie for the Lancers. And South cannot break that seal on the goal on their end. Brockman out by the half-court line, setting up the offense. South still in that 2-3. Score is still 19-7 in the second quarter, 5:23 to go. And the Lancers are just moving the ball around, trying to get a good shot here. And Lucas Seeger is going to take a three-pointer long, rebounded by Jacob Scruggs, and Jacob Scruggs going to push it, and we got a foul.
That's good.
They're going to get Elijah Smith of the Lancers on that foul. So now it's going to be one foul apiece for both squads. If you're just tuning in, 19-7. Edinburgh up on the scoreboard with 5:08 to go, second quarter, and South cannot break the seal on their basket. Kobe Rathburn, top of the key, gets it to Jacob Scruggs on the wing. He's being face guarded. Gets it out to Jalen McMurray, top of the key. And he gets a screen from Talon Abshire. And Jalen gets it over on the wing to Kobe Rathburn. Kobe Rathburn gets a screen. He drives in, puts it up, and in with the finger roll. 19-9, 4:40 to go, second quarter. And South finally breaks that seal. We'll see if any more can go in here. And South still 2-3 zone. Ramey gets it over to Seegers on the wing, back to Ramey. Ramey still dribbling around, trying to break South's 2-3. Over to Brockman on the wing, out to Laundry, over to Ramey. Still 19-9. The score here, second quarter. 4:10 to go. Lancers moving the ball around, trying to get the best shot they can get. And South extending that 2-3, and Ramey's going to take advantage of it. Try to get it to Seegers, but it's out of bounds. Turnover there by the Lancers. So, Jim, looks like now South needs to take advantage of that bucket they made and put some more in.
They do, and the defense for Edinburgh, man, you can tell they come in well prepped, well ready for South. Defense has just been phenomenal, man, tonight.
Yep. It looks like the Lancers running a different defense here, and McMurray tried to take a three, but it's no good. And the Lancers had a fast break, but it's no good. And rebound fought around here, and it's controlled by Talon, but they call a jump ball. So possession goes to the Cougars. Score still 19-9. 3:44 to go in the second quarter. The Lancers up on the scoreboard. Kobe Rathburn going to bring the ball up the floor here for the Cougars. Gets it set up here, gets it over to Jalen McMurray on the wing. Over to Jamison Keller. Jamison Keller, his three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Connor Ramey. He throws it up the floor to Laundry, but it's stolen away by Jalen McMurray. McMurray over in the corner to Rathburn. Rathburn three-pointer, no good. Rebound, fought around. And we got a foul on Toten of the Lancers. Still 19-9, 3:20 to go, second quarter. Or they called that on Laundry, didn't they?
No, I thought he said 44.
34.
34, okay.
Cougars inbound the ball. Rathburn over in the corner to Jacob Scruggs. And Jacob stepped on the line. So an unforced error by the Cougars, and they still cannot get things figured out on the offensive end here. And it's costing them precious time in this first half. 19-9, 3:10 to go before the half. Ramey setting up the offense here at half court, and the Cougars extending that 2-3 zone. Brockman gets it to Laundry in the corner, back out to Brockman, up to Ramey, up by half court, gets it into Smith at the high post, over to Toten, and Ramey's going to put up a floater to try to get a foul, but it's rebounded by Kobe Rathburn, and the Cougars are on the move. Down on the scoreboard, 19-9 with 2:40 to go, second quarter. McMurray gets it over to Rathburn on the wing. Rathburn going to stop and pop for two. His two-pointer good. 19-11. South slowly pulling back into this game here with 2:25 to go before half. Ramey walks the ball up the floor here as South extends their zone. Laundry drives in, kicks out to Ramey, over to Brockman on the wing. His three-pointer no good. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Jacob Scruggs. Jacob Scruggs going to push it up the floor. He's going to lay it up and in.
That's good. That's
19-13, 2:02. And a timeout called here, I believe by the Lancers.
Yes, let's see what they're going to have. We have full what we got.
Looks like 30-second timeout.
No, we'll keep it right here. Man, 19-13, 2 minutes to go. South's doing some adjusting. They're doing the ball, taking the ball to the hole, what they're doing, taking good shots, moving around, not getting into foul trouble. We're 2 minutes to go in the second quarter, and it's one foul this quarter for South and two for the Lancers. You know, so it's a good contest, man, but they're doing well shutting Edinburgh. They're shutting Jacob down, but Jacob's finding his way, and that's what he's got to do. And he's going to have to drive. Not the three-point shot, Zach, but to drive.
And that's what your star players do. They find a way to score. When they can score, they will score. And now South applying the press here as the Lancers inbound the ball. 19-13, 150 to go before the half, and the Lancers break that press, and Toten going to take it up and in at Taylor Abshire, but he left it short, rebounded by Jamison Keller, and Jacob Scruggs going to walk the ball up the floor here for the Cougars. He dances around, gets past Brockman, kicks it out to Rathburn on the wing. Rathburn tries to drive in, still 19-13, 130 to go. Jacob Scruggs gets a screen from Talon, drives baseline, kicks it out to Keller, over to McMurray on the wing, into Rathburn in the corner. Rathburn is screened from Keller, and Rathburn going to stop and pop for two. No good. Rebound Ramey. 19-13 still, 107 to go before the half. And South still in that zone here. Looks like they changed to a 3-2 zone now. Brockman in the corner over to Toten. Toten three-pointer. In and out, rebound. Taylor Abshire.
Yeah,
and
good
Taylor's
call.
foul.
Good call. That's a good call. So that foul's going to be on number 12.
Smith.
Elijah Smith, 53. Seconds left, 19-13. Edinburgh over South as South looks to inbound the ball.
Yeah.
Bring it down before halftime. It's crazy, man. This cool atmosphere, ain't it, buddy?
Yes.
Different place to be sitting.
Yeah. And South inbound the ball. Taylor Abshire is going to inbound it. Gets it into Jalen McMurray. And he gets it over to Jacob. So now they're looking to get it to Jacob, and Jacob drives by Brockman. He puts a floater up and in. 19-15, 40 seconds to go before the half, and South now applying the press. Ramey gets it to Toten. They break it, get past half court.
Colby.
And an arid foul by Colby as he tried to get back and just bumped into Toten there. So now Colby's got three.
Now he's going to have to come out. That's what you don't. What did we say from the beginning? You cannot have Colby in foul trouble in this game.
Right.
It's going to hurt. And you can't do that, and he did. And sometimes, man, they're just silly fouls like that. I get he just bumped into him, but you got to have more control, Zach.
Yeah. Ramey going to inbound in the backcourt to Toten. And Toten going to be guarded heavily by Jacob Scruggs. 19-15, 27 seconds to go here before the half. Lancers have the ball. Toten into Seegers, and Seegers wasn't ready for the pass, almost had it stolen away by the Cougars. Trying to get back, and Laundry puts it up and in for two. 21-15, 13 seconds to go. South pushing the ball up the floor, gets it into Keller down low. Out to Abshire for three. His three-pointer good. That's a Globe Asphalt three-pointer. 21-18, 3 seconds to go. Jacob Scruggs gets a steal.
Oh, and he's fouled. That's what you do. That's what you do.
Fouled
and then you hit
by
both
Ramey.
of them, and you're within 1 point going into halftime. That's the way to fight back, man. Again, I give it to Jacob. He stayed with it, man. He's finding a way to do what he can do. And that's what you do, man.
Yeah.
1.1 second left in the first half, 21-18. Jacob Scruggs going to go to the line to shoot two.
Jacob hits his first Big Sky free throw. That makes the score 21-19. Alex Meyer is going to check in here for Jameson Keller with 1.1 on the clock. And Jacob telling Jalen McMurray to stay back and don't let anything go long.
But you don't want to foul here either.
Yeah. Jacob's second. Good, so that cuts the lead down to one. 21-20, 1.1 to go. Ramey going to chug it.
Nice.
No good. So your score at half, Edinburgh 21, South 20. Going to take a few commercial breaks, and we'll come back and have a little talk.
Fill those recycling containers. In Decatur County, acceptable items you can recycle include aluminum and steel cans, glass bottles and jars, plastic tubs, jugs, and bottles, paper products like cardboard, newspapers, magazines, office paper, and all that unwanted junk mail. Items that are not accepted include plastic bags and styrofoam. Decatur County has permanent recycling sites in Greensburg, St. Paul, Lake Santee, and Westport, with mobile recycling the first and second Saturdays of the month. Remember to reduce, reuse, and recycle.
If it's tire time, Walters Tire, your Goodyear dealer in Greensburg, has a great deal. Right now, you can get $200 in rebate savings on the purchase of 4 select Goodyear tires when you use your Goodyear credit card. And Walters Tire is part of the Goodyear Service Network and your Michelin Farm Tire dealer as well. Walters Tire at 220 West Main in Greensburg. Phone 812-663-7551.
JC Bank is now open in Greensburg at 1035 North Lincoln Street, bringing over a century of community banking to you. JC Bank supports local high school sports teams, helping young athletes thrive for stronger communities. They offer top-notch banking, investments, and trust services. Whether you need a mortgage or business banking, JC Bank is here for you. Learn more at jcbank.com. JC Bank, the bank for your street, not Wall Street. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The President's Day sales event is underway at Acre Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Right now, the crew at Acres have great deals and incentives on a nice lineup of new 2024 Chrysler Pacificas, new 2024 Ram trucks, and new 2024 Jeeps in stock and ready to roll, and there's more new models arriving daily. See Josh Camplain, Tony DiLoretto, Kevin Milburn, Dan Rubel, or Steve Garwood at Acre Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, 1407 North Lincoln in Greensburg.
All right, welcome back here to Edinburgh High School, where we're at halftime, where the score is Edinburgh 21, South Decatur 20. Tell you what, man, been a great contest, Zach. Exciting. At one point, South was down, I believe, 10 or 11 at one point. Yeah. Come back, fought back. They've shut Jacob down a lot, but he's been doing well at trying to find a way. Real quick, I want to thank our halftime sponsor, which is Stone's Farm Service. Our sponsors, free throw sponsor, Big Sky Restaurant. Our three-point sponsor, Globe Asphalt, Gillen and Howe Funeral Home, Iker Automotive Group, Buy Right Auto, Decatur County Recycling, Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Walters Tire, Hamilton Tebby Law Office, JC Bank, Decatur County RMC, Ford Abstract, Scripture Auto, Walpy Heating Cooling, Charlotte Brothers Paint, and Decorating. As you can hear, there's a halftime show going on and everybody's going crazy. But Zach, man, real quick, buddy, there's a lot more people here than what was here for the first contest, where we saw Jacksonville beat Waldron by 11 points, which, upon saying that, Jacksonville waits for the winner of this game to play the second contest Friday night at 7:30. First game on Friday night at 6 p.m. will be the Moorestown Yellow Jackets against the Oldenburg Twisters here at Sectional 60. Championship game will be Saturday night, 7 p.m. What do you think, Zach? Man, it's been a good contest, buddy.
Yeah, and honestly, it's going to come down to now, after sitting here watching the first half of this game, it's going to come down to like the way they're playing Jacob. He's got to try to find his groove early in the second half to open the door up for his teammates, because now it's putting all the pressure on his teammates, because now they have to try to take the load off of Jacob, because he's getting face guarded and doubled and triple teamed off of a screen. So if he gets in a groove early and finds his teammates as well, then that'll open the door up, and maybe they can break the seal off on the offensive end.
Yeah, and that again, I think Jacob has done well. I mean, we saw at the end. I mean, we scored. They were inbound the ball. Jacob stole it, went to put it back up, got fouled, come to the line, hit. I mean, we were within 3 points. Gets fouled, goes to put one up. Of course, obviously doesn't get the shot off because he got hammered. And then turn around and hits both free throws, and here we are, 21-20.
Yeah.
Now Edinburgh will get the ball coming out of half. It's a good contest, man. This is a sectional competition at its best as well for us. And this contest, man, this is a conference game too. You know, where we saw us earlier in the season did well. What was that? What we won 7? South won by 7.
We won by 7. Yeah.
So thank you everybody for tuning in on WTRE.com as well as listening on the radio 104.3. We really appreciate that. We're about 4 minutes and 37 seconds to go.
And I just want to say real quick, for any of you guys that are interested out there and follow along with Brownstown Central, if you wanted to know that score 9 minutes ago, Brownstown Central was up at half 45-27 over Henryville. Jack Benner had 22 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. So looks like Brownstown Central run his way with that game, and I believe they play the winner of Hanover and North Harrison.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's right.
So that'll be a great game Friday night. But we'll take a few commercial breaks, and we'll be back.
Sports are being brought to you in part by Chris Tebby with Hamilton and Tebby Law Office in Greensburg. Hamilton and Tebby specialize in business, estate, and family law, criminal defense, guardianships, wills, trusts, and more. Hamilton and Tebby Law Office is located at 117 South Broadway in Greensburg. If the ball's in your court, call 812-663-4082 about their legal services today.
2 seconds to go. The shot's up on the rim, and it's.
Don't wait till the end of the game and the final buzzer to take your shot for a newer vehicle at Buy-Right Auto. Great game-winning vehicles and deals with Buy-Right Auto's experienced team. Win the game with a vehicle from Buy-Right Auto, Greensburg's used car superstore, 920 North Michigan Avenue, or call 812-662-9922 today.
Fill those recycling containers. In Decatur County, acceptable items you can recycle include aluminum and steel cans, glass bottles and jars, plastic tubs, jugs, and bottles, paper products like cardboard, newspapers, magazines, office paper, and all that unwanted junk mail. Items that are not accepted include plastic bags and styrofoam. Decatur County has permanent recycling sites in Greensburg, St. Paul, Lake Santee, and Westport, with mobile recycling the first and second Saturdays of the month. Remember to reduce, reuse, and recycle.
If it's tire time, Walters Tire, your Goodyear dealer in Greensburg, has a great deal. Right now, you can get $200 in rebate savings on the purchase of 4 select Goodyear tires when you use your Goodyear credit card. And Walters Tire is part of the Goodyear Service Network and your Michelin Farm Tire dealer as well. Walters Tire at 220 West Main in Greensburg. Phone 812-663-7551.
JC Bank is now open in Greensburg at 1035 North Lincoln Street, bringing over a century of community banking to you. JC Bank supports local high school sports teams, helping young athletes thrive for stronger communities. They offer top-notch banking, investments, and trust services. Whether you need a mortgage or business banking, JC Bank is here for you. Learn more at jcbank.com. JC Bank, the bank for your street, not Wall Street. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, welcome back here to WTRE 104.3, WTRE.com. Sectional 60, where your South Decatur Cougars trail by 1 point, 21-20. Here at Edinburgh to the host, Edinburgh Lancers. I think the only one right now for us, Zach, is Rathburn has 3 fouls. It's in foul trouble for South. We'll see how it goes, because it was pretty interesting. So we'll see how it goes, man. What do you think, bud?
Yeah, I mean, like I said during the when we were talking during halftime, I mean, Jacob's got to find his groove early and put some points up.
Yeah, you're right. And the thing is, he's fought and he's done well, but he's still got to keep doing what he's doing, not give up, not get frustrated. And he's kept a good level head. We'd like to thank our third quarter sponsor, which is Kinley & Daughters. Thank you for sponsoring us and allowing us to bring you this game as we get ready to get started here. So, man, they fought, stayed in it, man. We got to keep them rolling, buddy. Keep them rolling.
Yep. And I believe we get the ball to start the. No, Edinburgh gets the ball to start the third quarter here. So, getting ready for second half action. Just tuning in. Edinburgh, the host school, is up on top by a point, 21-20. And they inbound the ball here. Ramey pushes it up here to Toten on the wing. Back out to Ramey at half court. Over to Brockman. Brockman looking around. South still in the zone here. Ramey into the corner for Laundry. Laundry back out to Ramey at half court. And Ramey still looking around trying to get it, and it's stolen away by Jacob. Jacob's going to push it up the floor here, take it up at Ramey, puts it up and in off the glass. So now the Cougars take the lead, 22-21.
That's the first lead they've had since they were up 1-0.
Yeah. 7:20 to go, third quarter. Toten trying to set up the offense at the volleyball line, gets it into Smith, out to Ramey on the wing. Ramey sets it up at the top of the key, passes it down to Laundry in the corner. Laundry back out to Ramey on the wing. Ramey drives in, back out to Laundry in the corner again. His three-pointer is in there. So now it's 24-22. Edinburgh takes the lead back, 6:55 to go. Jacob Scruggs being pressed full court. Gets it over to Drake Skaggs, over to Jameson Keller on the wing. Up to Taylor Abshire at the volleyball line, over to Jalen McMurray, into Drake in the corner. Back out to Jalen on the wing. Jalen thought about a three-pointer, doesn't take it. Over to Jameson at the volleyball line, over to Taylor. Back to Drake in the low post there. And Drake dribbles it around, gets it out to Jalen McMurray. Joe McMurray gets it over to Taylor, opposite wing, down to Jameson in the corner. Back out to Taylor, and the Cougars working the ball around. Score 24-22 here in the third quarter, 6:15 to go. And Drake Skaggs setting up the offense, gets it to Jacob. Jacob drives, loses the ball, tries to pass it, but it's tipped away by Laundry out of bounds. So the ball still stays with the Cougars. And looks like South being slow and methodical with the offense too.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing what they need to do.
Jacob gets the inbound, gets it out to Drake Skaggs. He's setting up the offense at the volleyball line.
See, and even to Drake, where it's taken Jacob out of being the point guard, Drake's had to step up and do it.
Yeah. Jameson kicks it over to Jacob on the wing. Jacob gets a screen. He drives baseline. Tries to draw a foul.
How is that not a foul on the body? I mean, good gosh.
Doesn't get it. Score still 24-22.
And even in that play, Zach, it's either offense or defense.
Toten took a three-pointer, no good. Rebound by Taylor Abshire.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
24-22.
Drake setting up the offense. Gets a screen from Taylor. Drake dancing around looking for somewhere to go. Gets it out to Jameson Keller. Over to Jalen McMurray on the wing. He gets a screen. Over to Taylor. Over to Jacob on the wing. Taylor sets a screen. And Jacob didn't see Taylor. Taylor was wide open. Drake, a little Euro step around. No good. Out of bounds off of Edinburgh. Stays with the Cougars. Still 24-22. 5:03 to go, third quarter. Joe McMurray going to inbound from the baseline. Gets it into Jacob Scruggs. He's going to take a three-pointer, and it's tipped. And it's rebounded by Laundry, and it's almost stolen away by Jacob Scruggs.
Whoo, man, this is fast-paced, buddy. We're just under 5 minutes, third quarter. 24-22. Edinburgh over South, sectional 60.
Toten almost throws it away there. I thought he didn't throw it away, but Ramey couldn't corral it in. So unforced turnover there by the Lancers, and the Cougars are going to retain possession. 24-22, 4:49 to go, third quarter. Cougars down. Jacob inbounds into the backcourt to Drake Skaggs. Drake going to walk it up the floor here, get everybody set. And Toten tried to go for the steal on him. Couldn't get it. Gets it to Jacob, over to Taylor. Down to Colby in the corner. Kicks out to Jameson at the top of the key. Drake drives. Kicks out to Jameson. Jameson's going to drive in. No good. But it's stolen away by Colby on the rebound by the Lancers. And Colby lost it. Looked like he might have been fouled there, but I'm not sure. So as soon as Colby gets it, he turns it over, and it goes back to the Lancers.
Yeah.
And South setting up in a press here. Score still 24-22, 4:20 to go here, third quarter. Laundry over to Ramey on the far sideline. He throws it back across to Toten. Toten puts it up and in for two. 26-22, 4:05 to go, third quarter. Jacob Scruggs, he's going to drive in, Puts it up off the glass. Tried to get the foul.
Should have been and one on that.
26-24. Back and forth contest here. Cougars still pressing. Smith gets it over to Ramey. Over to Brockman, into Laundry in the corner. He gets to Ramey on the wing, up to Brockman. Top of the key, over to Ramey. Back to Laundry in the corner. Laundry for three, good. 29-24. 3:35 to go, third quarter. Cougars down on the scoreboard. Kobe Rathburn gets it to Jameson Keller in the post, and he's fouled by Laundry. So now,
I think his second foul.
Yeah,
I think
second foul. Jacob going to be the trigger man here for the Cougars. Down on the baseline, gets it into Taylor Abshire. Over to Jalen McMurray. Jalen McMurray lost his footing and had it stolen away by Laundry, and Laundry puts it up off the glass for two. 31-24, 3:16 to go in the third quarter. And the Cougars still down. Jacob Scruggs with the ball. He's going to drive in, kick out to Colby Rathburn. Colby, three-pointer in there. That's a Globe Asphalt three-pointer there for Colby Rathburn. 31-27, 2:57 to go here. And Laundry going to walk it up here for the Lancers. He gets it over to Toten. Toten looking to set up the offense here. Gets it over to Ramey on the wing. Ramey looking around, surveying the floor, looking for his pass here. Gets it over to Brockman in the corner. Back out to Ramey on the wing. Ramey being guarded heavily by Jacob Scruggs. Ramey back out here to the half-court line, setting up the offense. Still being guarded heavily by Jacob Scruggs. Score still 31-27, 2:23 to go. Brockman at the top of the key, tries to backdoor to Ramey, almost stolen away by Jacob Scruggs, and he backs down Jacob, puts it up, and is fouled by Jacob Scruggs. So Ramey going to go to the line for two.
So 31-27. We're just about 2 minutes going third quarter. Still a close contest, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Ramey's first good. And folks at home, I know you can't see, but the Edinburgh coach has Brockman just following Jacob all over the floor, even when it's a free throw. He's in his face. And Ramey makes both, so it's going to be 33-27 with 2:10 to go here, third quarter. South down, Jacob Scruggs tries to drive, and he's fouled there by number 44, Milas Berkman. So
looks like they brought a linebacker into I mean, literally, man. He comes down the floor. He's quick. Come down the floor and put a body on him.
Who knows? He could be a lineman for their football team.
Could be. 33-27. Edinburgh over South Decatur. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
McMurray going to trigger in from the sideline. Gets it into the backcourt to Jacob Scruggs. Jacob Scruggs setting up the offense. Calls out the play to everybody. Lets him get set. Jacob tries to drive in here. Gets it over to McMurray. McMurray from the top of the key. Good. Globe Asphalt three-pointer there for Jalen McMurray. 33-30. 1:45 to go, third quarter. South slowly pulling back into this game. And Ramey being guarded by Alex Myers. Alex Myers runs into a brick wall. And Berkman. And pass almost stolen away as they try to get it to Brockman there. And Laundry, top of the key, no good. Rebound, Jacob Scruggs. And Jacob going to bring it up the floor here. Score still 33-30. 1:18 to go. Jacob Scruggs setting up the offense, gets a screen by Talon.
How is that not a
Jacob's
reach-in
going to
foul?
drive in, put it up and in for two. So 33-32, 1:05 to go. And this back and forth contest continues. Alex Myers guarding Ramey here. Ramey gets it to Brockman. Back over to Ramey. Ramey drives in on Alex Myers. And Ramey puts it up off the glass, no good. Tipped out to Laundry. Over to Brockman on the wing, no good. Rebound, Jalen McMurray. 33-32, 38 seconds to go, third quarter. Cougars with the ball. Jacob drives in, puts it up, no good.
Now is that not a foul?
Tried to draw the foul, couldn't get it.
Wow.
Toten pushes it up for the Lancers. Puts up a three, no good. Rebound by Berkman. Berkman has it stolen away by Jalen McMurray. 33-32, 15 seconds to go here. Cougars have the ball. Rathburn drives in, tries to draw a foul.
How is that not a foul?
And no foul call here. 6 seconds to go, and the Lancers push it up. Put it up and in for two, 35-32, 1 second to go. Jacob Scruggs puts it up from half court, no good. So your score after three, Edinburgh 35, South 32. Going to take a commercial break, and we'll be back.
Fill those recycling containers. In Decatur County, acceptable items you can recycle include aluminum and steel cans, glass bottles and jars, plastic tubs, jugs, and bottles, paper products like cardboard, newspapers, magazines, office paper, and all that unwanted junk mail. Items that are not accepted include plastic bags and styrofoam. Decatur County has permanent recycling sites in Greensburg, St. Paul, Lake Santee, and Westport, with mobile recycling the first and second Saturdays of the month. Remember to reduce, reuse, and recycle.
If it's tire time, Walters Tire, your Goodyear dealer in Greensburg, has a great deal. Right now, you can get $200 in rebate savings on the purchase of 4 select Goodyear tires when you use your Goodyear credit card. And Walters Tire is part of the Goodyear Service Network and your Michelin Farm Tire dealer as well. Walters Tire at 220 West Main in Greensburg. Phone 812-663-7551.
All right, back here at Edinburgh High School where the Lancers up on the scoreboard 35-32, getting ready to start this fourth quarter. And our fourth quarter is brought to you tonight by Napoleon State Bank. Thank you for the sponsor and allowing us to broadcast this game tonight. And a wild 30 seconds in that third quarter.
It was, and I mean, there's some fouls that should have been called, but we're only down 3, and you got to come back because you don't, as even the fans, as players, you got to keep your head in the game no matter what's going on outside.
Yep. So the Cougars control the ball to start this fourth quarter, down 3. Jacob Scruggs gets a screen, gets it over to Jalen Murray on the wing. Jalen gets it back to Jacob. Jacob being guarded heavily by Brockman. He gets a screen by Talon, and Jacob looking around, gets another screen, but now it looks to set up a play here. And still 35-32, 7:30 to go. And Coach Buckner going to call a 30-second timeout.
We'll keep it right here. Let's thank our sponsors. Again, we got Decatur County RMC, Ford Abstract, Scripture Auto, Walpy Heating, Cooling, Charlotte Brothers Paint and Decorating. We also have Gillen and Howe Funeral Home, Acre Automotive Group, Buy-Ride Auto, Decatur County Recycling, Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Walters Tire, Hamilton Tubby Law Office, JC Bank. Thank you for sponsoring us. Zach, this is going to be a close one, man, I think. I hope. I think it's a close contest, man. That's what makes these games fun this time of year, you know?
Yeah, and that's always a good thing, though, too. I mean, you know, when your sectional's mostly your conference, it makes for a good sectional.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I agree 100%. Again, thank you to those listening at home and on the radio. 7:28 to go, 35-32.
Joe McMurray going to inbound from the sideline.
Better get it in.
Gets it into Talon Abshire. He kicks it out to Colby Rathburn. Colby going to set up the offense here. He gets it over to Joe McMurray on the wing. Score still 35-32. He gets it up to Alex Myers, top of the key. Over to Colby. Skip pass to Jalen in the corner. Alex Myers gets the jump ball there as Jalen had to save it. And he gets it to Jacob. Jacob gets a screen from Alex, and we got a foul on Brockman as he just ran over Alex on the screen. And Brockman thought that he didn't foul him, but you can't run over somebody that's setting a screen.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it was an offensive. That was a good call.
McMurray gets it in here to Jacob Scruggs. over to Kobe Rathburn on the wing. Score still 35-32, 6:50 to go, fourth quarter. Taylor Abshire, top of the key, gets it to Jacob Scruggs on the wing. Jacob tries to drive baseline, cut off there, gets it out to Kobe Rathburn. Colby trying to set up the offense here, gets Jalen McMurray on the wing. Jalen going to drive in, kick out to Taylor Abshire. Taylor Abshire, hand off to Kobe Rathburn. He hands it off to McMurray, back to Rathburn. And the Lancers playing good defense here on the Cougars. McMurray on the wing. He's looking something. Yep. A little stop there and almost a turnover, but Alex is there to save it from going in the backcourt. Still 35-32, 6:10 to go, fourth quarter. Jacob Scruggs tries to drive in, and Jacob finally gets the foul. So about his 7th time driving in, he finally gets the foul call.
Yeah, I agree.
And they do say he was going up. So 2 shots here. Jacob at the line for Big Sky free throws here. Big Sky free throws are Big Sky, the sponsor for our free throws here. So Jacob's first up and good. It makes the score 35-33. And I believe Jacob shot our only free throws of the night, honestly.
Yeah, he has.
And Jacob's second up and good. That makes the score 35-34. So back down to a 1-point game with 6 minutes to go here in this contest. Ramey brings the ball up the floor here for the Lancers, being guarded by Alex Myers. He's cut off, gets it out to Brockman, back up to Ramey, top of the key. He sets it up, backs up to half court, setting up the offense here. Drives right by Alex Myers, stops and pops for 2, puts it up, no good. Rebound Taylor Abshire. Still 35-34, 5:30 to go. Jacob Scruggs now with the ball. He's going to try to drive in on Brockman. He's going to step back for 3, no good. Rebound Ramey. Ramey pushing the ball up the floor here. He gets it down to Smith. Smith going to put it up for 2, no good. Rebound Taylor Abshire, and Taylor throws it away as he tried to get it to Colby on the run, but it was just too far ahead.
So slow down, man. That's all you got to do. Slow down. We got plenty of time. You're only down 1.
Turnover there by the Cougars. Down 1 on the scoreboard, 35-34. 5:13 to go. Ramey setting up the offense here for the Lancers, being guarded by Alex Myers. Alex Myers playing good defense on him. He gets it over to Smith, over to Toten on the wing. Toten trying to drive in on McMurray. Over to Brockman, back up to Ramey at half court. Ramey setting up the offense. 35-34, still your score. 5:49 to go. Or 4:49, sorry. Ramey and Edinburgh calls a timeout. It's going to be a full timeout.
We'll take a quick commercial break here at on WTRE.com and 104.3. We'll be right back.
2 seconds to go. The shot's up on the rim, and it's.
Don't wait till the end of the game and the final buzzer to take your shot for a newer vehicle at Buy Right Auto. Great game-winning vehicles and deals with Buy Right Auto's experienced team. Win the game with a vehicle from Buy Right Auto, Greensburg's used car superstore, 920 North Michigan Avenue, or call 812-662-9922 today.
The President's Day sales event is underway at Acre Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Right now, the crew at Acres have great deals and incentives on a nice lineup of new 2024 Chrysler Pacificas, new 2024 Ram trucks, and new 2024 Jeeps in stock and ready to roll, and there's more new models arriving daily. See Josh Camplain, Tony DiLoretto, Kevin Milburn, Dan Rubel, or Steve Garwood at Acre Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, 1407 North Lincoln in Greensburg.
All right, back here at Edinburgh High School, the host Lancers up on the scoreboard, 35-34, 4:42 to go in this game, and they get the inbound out of the timeout. Ramey gonna set the offense up here for the Lancers. He drives by Alex Myers, kicks out to Brockman for 3, and it's tipped by Jacob Scruggs, and Jacob comes up with it after he blocks the shot. 35-34 still, And Jacob going to drive in, tries to get a foul call, and they do get it.
They got to call that. I don't care what he's doing. They got to call it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever even the coach is arguing, it doesn't matter. It's got to be called. It's a body foul.
That's going to be on Laundry. I believe that's his third. That's going to be his third, yep.
Yeah.
So 35-34, 4:22 to go. And Jacob Scruggs at the line again for Big Sky free throws. Jacob's first of two, no good.
This is where it counts, man.
Crucial.
This is where you got to hit them.
Jacob getting his second one here. His shot is up and good. So Jacob knots the game up at 35 with 4:22 to go. And Alex Myers picking up full court here on Connor Ramey. Ramey is being guarded heavily by Alex, but he gets to the Brockman, back over to Ramey. Ramey kicks it out to Laundry, over to Toten in the corner. Toten tries to signal Ramey to get the ball. Score knotted up at 35 with 3:54 to go. Brockman gets a handoff to Ramey, but he gets it back to Ramey. Back over to Brockman, top of the key. Brockman looking to go to work on Jacob Scruggs. Back out to Ramey. Ramey going to take a three-pointer over Alex Myers. No good. Rebound Jacob Scruggs. And Jacob looking to push it up. And Jacob takes it up and at Connor Ramey. And Jacob gets a foul call.
What about the reaching back here right in front of him, man? I mean, good grief. Wow.
So Jacob looking to give the Cougars either a 1-point or 2-point lead here.
Sorry, man. I as a coach, man, you're trying everything, and I get it, to try to get whatever, but it's like, come on. He's saying, Jacob, look.
And Jacob missed the first Big Sky free throw there. So Jacob now looking to make this a 1-point lead for the Cougars.
Wait, look, we might get a technical in a minute. His coach is lighting his ref up, and he's getting on him.
Jacob's second, good. So he gives the Cougars a 1-point lead, 36-35, 3:34 to go in this contest. Alex Myers picking up full court on Ramey still. Alex playing great defense on Ramey. Ramey gets it to Brockman on the wing. Brockman drives in at Jacob Scruggs, picked up off the glass, no good. Rebound Jacob. And Brockman picking up Jacob full court. And Jacob going to go right by him and stop. Gets it over to Alex Myers in the corner. Alex Myers for three, long. And out of bounds off the Cougars. Possession to the Lancers. Score still 36-35. Your Cougars back on top with 3:07 to go here. Ramey trying to blow by Alex Myers, and they're going to get Alex on the foul. I'm going to say Alex used the forearm there.
I know, and oh man, they've been doing that to Jacob all night. You can't get the call.
Lancers inbound on the sideline. Ramey swings it over to Toten on the far side of the court. Toten three-pointer, no good. Rebound Jacob Scruggs.
For once, he don't have nobody in his face, man.
Yeah. Jacob looking to set up the offense here. 36-35, Cougars on top. 2:40 to go in this contest. Jacob going to drive in, tries to put it up and get a foul. Taylor Abshire has the rebound. He puts it up. Puts it up and in. Cougars up by 3, 38-35, 2:28 to go, fourth quarter. Ramey, and timeout here by Edinburgh. And the crowd going crazy. Full timeout here. Cougars up on top, 38-35. And we'll be right back.
This is Michelle Galk with Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep. With over 30 years of experience in the car business, we know the key to success is providing superior customer service before and after the sale. At Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep, service is not just a promise, it's a guarantee. We have a trained, low-pressure sales staff ready to serve you. We have a service department with Chrysler-certified technicians with years of experience and all the latest diagnostic equipment. Service before and after the sale. Why go anywhere else? Please visit us at Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep or online 24 hours a day at BatesvilleChryslerDodgeJeep.com.
Sports are being brought to you in part by Chris Tebby with Hamilton and Tebby Law Office in Greensburg. Hamilton and Tebby specialize in business, estate, and family law, criminal defense, guardianships, wills, trusts, and more. Hamilton and Tebby Law Office is located at 117 South Broadway in Greensburg. If the ball's in your court, call 812-663-4082 about their legal services today.
All right, welcome back here to Edinburgh High School, where your South Decatur Cougars are up by 3, 38-35, 2:23 to go in the fourth quarter. Wow, what a contest, Zach.
Yes, it is. And, it goes back again to that conference. It's a conference sectional, basically. So a little chip on the shoulder for both teams here as Edinburgh inbounds the ball. South up on the scoreboard, 38-35, 2:18 to go. Brockman on the wing. Tries to hand off to Toten, but gets it over to Laundry in the corner. Laundry out to Toten, top of the key. Toten calling to get Ramey the ball. Ramey on the wing, guarded by Alex Myers. Tries to drive baseline, but is shut off. Alex Myers still playing great defense. Toten.
See, he's pushing off, too.
Laundry looking for somewhere to go with the ball. And Ramey still being played heavy by Alex Myers, but Ramey gets open for a three, no good. Rebound Colby Rathburn, and the Cougars take control up by 3, 38-35, 1:37 to go in this game.
I'd hold it a little bit, man. Try to run some time off, make them foul you.
And Coach Buckner telling him to slow it down.
There you go.
Now the Cougars.
And that right there is going to put him at 5 fouls, so that's who you don't want to do. And that's going to be his 4th foul.
So Jacob Scruggs going to go to the line here for Big Sky free throws. Looking to extend this lead here for the Cougars. And
listen, that's his 4th foul. And listen, there's still a lot of basketball to play, man.
Yep.
Even with the time, I know it's exciting. There's still a lot of basketball to play.
Jacob hit the first of 2. Jacob's second of 2 up. Good. So the Cougars extend the lead to 5, 40-35, 1:26 to go in this game. Ramey gets it over to Toten on the wing. Up to Brockman, top of the key. Brockman three-pointer, no good. Rebound Alex Myers. And Alex Myers hands it off to Jacob. And now the Lancers picking up full court. Gets it to Colby.
Take it in there, bud.
Colby Rathburn puts it up, and he's fouled hard. So Colby going to the line for 2. Score 40-35. South up on the scoreboard. 1:08 to go.
Man, you know what, Zach? And if it comes down to this, and I'm going to say this, and I just wait, but I'm going to say this part of it, that South has done a great job hanging in there. Facing adversity. Jacob Scruggs kept his head in the game. The other guys, like Drake Skaggs, stepped up to take the point in the lead as Colby Rathburn hits that Big Sky free throw, takes it 41-35 with 1:08 to go. Man, they're playing good. They got to keep it going. Second one's up and good. South's got a 7-point lead, biggest lead of the contest. Let's go.
Ramey bringing the ball up the floor here for the Lancers. Just at a minute to go here. Ramey going to drive in. No good. Rebound Alex Myers. He gets it to Jacob Scruggs. 55 seconds to go here. South with the ball up 7. 42-35. Jacob going to drive in. Kick out to Colby. Out to Jalen McMurray. Jalen going to dribble around. Try to make the Lancers foul. Jalen going to drive in. Put it up off the glass. No good.
You got to hit that, bud.
Rebound Edinburgh. Ramey gets it over to Brockman in the corner. Brockman three-pointer, left it short, but it's rebounded there by Smith. Ramey going to take another 3, top of the key, and that's good.
That's what you don't want.
And we got a timeout here.
See what we got.
By the Lancers. And it's a full timeout here.
We'll take a break. We'll take a break real quick. We'll be right back. 42-38 South up on 104.3 WTRE.
2 seconds to go. The shot's up on the rim, and it's.
Don't wait till the end of the game and the final buzzer to take your shot for a newer vehicle at Buyride Auto. Great game-winning vehicles and deals with Buyride Auto's experienced team. Win the game with a vehicle from Buy Right Auto, Greensburg's used car superstore, 920 North Michigan Avenue, or call 812-662-9922 today.
All right, welcome back here to Edinburgh High School, where your South Decatur Cougars are up 42-38, 24.9 seconds to go. The winner of this contest will face Jacksonville on Friday night at 7:30. Thank all of you for tuning in. It's been a good game.
Jalen McMurray going to inbound here. He's looking to get it in. Gets it in to Colby Rathburn, but Taylor Abshire is there to pick it up. And Taylor,
he's fouled out. Oh, my God. No. Call the timeout.
Timeout here by the Cougars. And
full timeout. Keep it right here. Tell you what, man, it's been a great contest. Again, South has done well. Keeping their head in it. It's been good. Jacob Scruggs, man, listen, that kid, they've been in his face. They've been doing stuff. It's crazy, man. It's good. So.
Yeah, and I give them credit, too. You know, the first part of the first quarter, man, I mean, the Cougars couldn't get anything to fall for 3 minutes straight. But they battled back into it when Colby hit a layup, and that kind of broke the seal.
Yeah.
And they were able to finally start scoring again.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. It's not much time's off the clock. 21.3 left here. They're just going to have to keep in it, and you can't let them give up. You can't let them give up the any baskets. That's the key. That's the key, man.
Yeah. So Joe McMurray going to inbound in front of his own bench here. Cougars up 42-38, 21.3 to go. Jalen gets it into Colby, and Colby is immediately fouled.
He'll be gone.
And Laundry has fouled out of the game. And I believe he's a senior?
No.
He is not a senior.
No. The only senior has been 21.
Yeah. So Colby Rathburn at the line for Big Sky free throws here. He'll get 2 of them. Colby's first of 2, no good. Score still 42-38.
Got to hit one, man.
Colby's second here is up. No good off the front of the rim. Score still 42-38, 17 seconds to go. Ramey has the ball stolen away by Jacob Scruggs. Jacob Scruggs going to take it coast to coast, lay it up and in. 44-38, 7 seconds to go.
The deal.
And South Decatur is going to walk away with the win here in the sectionals.
Wow.
And oh man, what a comeback there by the Cougars, man. 44-38.
If it's tire time, Walters Tire, your Goodyear dealer in Greensburg, has a great deal. Right now, you can get $200 in rebate savings on the purchase of 4 select Goodyear tires when you use your Goodyear credit card. And Walters Tire is part of the Goodyear Service Network and your Michelin Farm Tire dealer as well. Walters Tire at 220 West Main in Greensburg. Phone 812-663-7551.
JC Bank is now open in Greensburg at 1035 North Lincoln Street, bringing over a century of community banking to you. JC Bank supports local high school sports teams, helping young athletes thrive for stronger communities. They offer top-notch banking, investments, and trust services. Whether you need a mortgage or business banking, JC Bank is here for you. Learn more at jcbank.com. JC Bank, the bank for your street, not Wall Street. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Wow, what a contest, what a game. As you've been listening, you're just tuning in, catching 44-38. South Decatur victorious over Edinburgh. They will play Jacksonville Friday night, 7:30. We will be here for that contest. And, man, I'll tell you what, just amazing game. Coach Buckner makes his way up here. We'll have that interview. I'll get a chance to talk to him. I don't know, man. We got a little bit to talk about, and we will here at the end. But as Coach Buckner makes his way up here, We'll take a second to talk to him, let him catch his breath a minute, let the emotions of the win set in. Coach, I don't even know where to start. First of all, congratulations, man, on first sectional victory. Couple things. First off, I'm going to let you talk, but one of the big things, man, that impressed me was how, and I want to talk about is how Jacob.
Love you, man.
You're all right, brother. Is how Jacob Scruggs, somebody in his face, faced adversity, stuck with it, and not only that, but as a team and a whole, coach. Drake then took over point, bringing the ball up. Everybody worked together. Everybody came in. No one really in foul trouble. Colby did a little bit, but I'm going to let you talk about it. But, man, again, congratulations. But, wow, what a contest. Go ahead, Coach.
I absolutely love the way that you hit on that. And one of our keys was ego. We're all one group. And if somebody breaks down on defense, it's not that person's fault. It's the team's fault. The team is accountable. So, our last couple of games throughout the season, we ran through a bit of a rut, but what we were able to find, the diamond in the rough, was our reads on defense. And, I can go into the offensive end and talk about patience and reads, but I don't see that as our success tonight. I think our success was team defense.
Man, it was. And I'll tell you what, it's like Zach and I was talking, sectional time, man, it doesn't. You take all year and you learn from it and you build from it. It doesn't matter what your record is. You learn from it, you build from it. And Zach and I talked, coming in sectional, man, everybody's, 0-0 and you're starting season over and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But, you guys, which I know you trailed all the contest up until, with the exception of leading 1-0 in the first quarter.
Absolutely.
Up until here. But it's amazing. And kudos to you, man. As a coach, your coaching staff, and every one of your players.
Yeah.
You guys deserve this win. You come in here to an environment that's tough. You're playing against a team that's in your conference already, and you come out victorious, and you stuck with it.
Yeah. Well, we talked about deficits, and there's so much time in a basketball game.
Absolutely.
And really letting the kids know that all we can control is one play at a time. We're not going to make any home runs. Panicking and being frantic to hurry up and score if there's a deficit, but we went back into that locker room at halftime and we took their biggest hit.
Yes.
So the second half had to be ours.
Yes. So that being said, with tonight's game, you guys move on to the second round. You play Jacksonville. I know we played them earlier in the year, and again, it's different contest, different atmosphere. But what do you got? Your thoughts on that? I know as you prep, you got one day to prep and be back here 7:30 Friday night. What's your thoughts on that, Coach?
And to be quite frank with you, I think we wanted to see Jacksonville more than Waldron.
Absolutely.
I think Waldron produced a little more problem, but it's a game of matchups, and Jacksonville, they're a well-lubed engine. There's not one kid on that team that's going to be an extreme standout. They all work together. But at the end of the day, it's going to boil down to our defense.
Right.
And I think it's our best is when we can play good team defense.
Absolutely.
So if everyone's on the same page, Alex Myers, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't want to take away from any other kid, but he came in and gave us exactly what we needed on the defensive end. Also, some big-time rebounds there towards the end. I can talk about Talon, Jacob getting guard rebounds. Colby's a big rebounder. But I think what's going to dictate the rest of our sectional is our ability to play excellent team defense, limiting teams to one shot. We got opportunities getting into transition offense. I think we're a lot faster than a lot of teams, but we didn't capitalize on this in terms of transition. But staying patient in our offense. I think we did a little better job. We can continue to do better, but making sure that we get the shot that we want, regardless. It doesn't matter if 3 minutes goes by and the crowd's going crazy because they feel like they stopped us. It doesn't matter. We have to continue to stay patient.
And again, I agree with you 100%. I don't like to elaborate on it and say it, but there was a lot of times that there wasn't calls that should have been called, and I don't mean to base it even on the referee, but what I've loved and what I've seen, and even improvement again that you could tell with your team tonight, coaches, it didn't matter. They didn't sit there and argue with the official, nor did coaches, nor did the bench, nobody. You guys kept your head in the game. You stayed focused, and ultimately that, at the end of the night, man, that right there in itself as a team you're going on to the second round, buddy.
Yeah. And like you said earlier, all of those games leading up to the point, because we had the games, we had the experiences where we didn't get the calls, but we can't control that. A ref can't reverse a call or make up or whatever the case. So everyone stay even keel. And I've learned a lot myself within that. And how I dictate myself on this court could also influence everybody on the bench.
Absolutely.
So it's really important for me to make sure we stay calm, we stay in the moment, don't get too high, don't get too low, and do what we're supposed to do on the basketball court.
That's awesome. Well, Coach Mo, thank you for taking the time to come up again. Congratulations on your first sectional win, but congratulations on going to the second round, man.
Thank you, sir.
We'll see you on Friday, buddy.
Yep.
All right, again, that was Coach Maurice Buckner for South Decatur talking, man. He's excited, has every right to be. I tell you what, Zach, his team, from what we've seen this year, I tell you, buddy, they played well. And it was every one of the players. It wasn't just one, as he stated. Again, he did mention Alex Meyer, who did a great job, who did really well. And I'm impressed with how the whole team played, man. There was more people here in the second game than there was in the first game.
Right.
Now I see why they had the 10-minute break to let people get out so other people can come in.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, those at home, it was a packed environment, packed house. Real quick, Zach and I will be here Friday night, 7:30, to bring you the second round contest again against Jacksonville. Man, Zach, what do you think, real quick, before we sign off here from Edinburgh, man?
Like you said in the interview with Coach Buckner, just hats off to the coaching staff and the players and everybody for just staying level-headed and, fighting back into this game when the odds were against you. So, that's really all I got to say.
All right. Well, then again, this is Jim Wall with Zach Luddle. Tonight, your South Decatur Cougars 44-38 victorious over the Edinburgh Lancers. Move on to the second round, take on Jacksonville. Friday night, 7:30. The first game contest will be Morristown versus Oldenburg. Again, these games will dictate who goes on and moves on to the sectional championship. Thank you for listening on WTRE.com and 104.3. Good night.